Welcome back to the RV10 project. This is another update. I'm Jim, and today I'm going to try to describe two different things. One is if you're an OCD or a really neat freak, like to keep things organized, you're probably a real good candidate to build an airplane. Part of the dilemma I'm working on today, which is real typical for me and probably a lot of people, is I'm looking for that part, the 1061 there. That's a striker plate. And I know that's what they call it because I can find that in the parts listing, which I'll show you here in a second. I've misplaced it. I should have either taped it or put the screws through it, just like you see there in the picture, into the part, which I have here. This is the 1031 part where that striker plate gets screwed down to, and then now I've actually misplaced screws. I should put those back in there. But anyway, anywho, I've got it. I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere. I've got other parts that came in the bag, and I could, here kind of is the second part of today's story, is that I could probably make this part faster on the mill than what I'm going to spend looking for it. But, and this is not a complaint to vans or anything like that, that I don't think in the plans for the RV10, and probably most of the newer designs are like this, there's not enough detail on that part for me to know what the dimensions are, how thick it is, and what is the material. I'm pretty sure it's probably a steel plate. It's the strikers for the lock mechanism, so you want it to be a hard piece. And then it's got those two slots in it so you can adjust it to make the door close tight. Let me show you the book where it lists the part. I think it's on the next page here. Yeah, so there's the part. It's in a bag that's labeled on the previous page, which I'll go back to that. So there you see that it's called a striker plate. And that's all it says there. It doesn't tell you that it's steel. It's F1061, which I believe, if I'm doing all this, remembering all this stuff right, which, remember, I'm an experienced builder, but I never claim to be a pro or an excellent. I'm not a show plane builder, and I'm trying to get through it kind of guy. This is my second airplane, but anywho, here's the bag that it's in, 1467-2, and I know I've got the bag, and I'm pretty sure I probably had all the parts when I inventory it. I don't mark everything like that, but I do go through the bag and say, okay, everything was in there, so then I put the red check mark there. So I've got the lock bracket, I've got well, I don't know about the wing, something in here, I forget what it was, whether it's the lock latch. That's 1062-1. Something in here made me think that I've got it, that I got that bag, and I wouldn't have marked the bag if I hadn't had the bag to begin with. So but here's the screws that go in there. So when you find parts, when you're going through and doing your inventory, and you find parts that naturally group together, and this is sort of a dilemma for me, is that I still got a few parts left in the bags that they come in, which are labeled. So there you see that's bag 1546, and I haven't taken the stuff out of there. It usually goes together for some particular part of the airplane, so you wouldn't want to dump all the parts out. Sometimes it's AN bolts, so you can see over here I've got a whole bunch of different AN bolts labeled in drawers, which that makes sense because then you know you need a bolt. You just have to go find the right length and you measure it and all that. But the way they package stuff and ship it, it's more of a task-oriented or an object-oriented thing. So everything that kind of is related to something in particular will all be in a bag. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling. That's enough for today. See you next time.